Baltimore area, and she's down in the Florida area. So, like she doesn't have to deal with all the... Did you all get the ice that everybody got this weekend?
No, it's been like in the 80s and it's very hot.
Did everybody just hear her? She just said the 80s. Okay, I am saying to you, Soul Circle, you can be jealous because I'm jealous. So that's what I'm going to land on right there. But Miran, I'm so glad that you could call.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
I'm so excited too because this is a learning experience for me, and I love learning experiences, like learning new and different things. And I know that so people that might not know, like Miran and our meeting is one that is so it is kind of clear cut. It is clear cut. Like her new husband is the brother of the man who was the love of my life, man of my dreams, who is no longer here anymore. And so that's how we ended up meeting at a family event, a family gathering. And I learned so much from her as well as her husband. Because of course she's like amazingly beautiful. And I know what that means to me. Yes, you are. Like, I know what that means to me. Like, I know what that means to me. And so, and that just opened up a whole world of, a whole world of questions. Because for me, I'm always asking questions. So, before we get into, Christmas is January 7th, question mark, exclamation mark. Tell the Soul Circle, like, where are you from?
Well, I'm from Ethiopia, East Africa, to be exact, like in Addis Ababa, which is like the main capital city of Ethiopia. So, city girl. Okay,
so you're a city girl. Wow, Ethiopia. So have you ever been there? Were you born there?
Yeah, I was born in Addis, and I came here in 98, and I haven't been back since then, but I have a plan to go back soon, hopefully.
Wow. So for me, in all of my ignorance, and I'm clear to admit it. So tell me exactly, if you were to look at the map, like tell me, you said Africa, so that's the continent. Is there any other is Ethiopia near the Ivory Coast?
It's like right in the middle to the right, like by Egypt, Kenya. It's that little horn. I don't know. It's like that sticks out like on the right side.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right there.
Oh, of the continent. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, did you come here from Ethiopia by yourself? Did you come with family?
No, we came with family. My dad was here first. He was here like 7-8 years before we came down, and we had to wait, for the process to get the paperwork and everything. It took like 7 or 8 years for us to come here. So it was me, my 2 brothers, and my mom, and we came straight directly to Savannah, Georgia. Okay. So you came from Ethiopia to Savannah, Georgia. And so, because I've never, ever had the opportunity to visit Ethiopia. What is the weather like in comparison to Savannah, Georgia? I would say similar. It's pretty hot. The only thing is Savannah is very humid. There's no humidity like in Ethiopia, in Addis Ababa at least. So it's like in the morning, it's cool breeze. And it's pretty hot during the day, and then at night it's pretty cool again. So it's an amazing weather. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, like I said, well, first I want to say, do you maintain your family's Ethiopian culture? I try as much as I can. Okay. It's so hard, like not being there. Like you get distracted from like just being here, not being around your immediate family all the time. Sometimes I even have to stop and think like, I'm not even speaking my first language. Like that's how much I get, sidetracked. Right. Okay. I was like, so not as much as I want to, but whenever I'm home, my mom makes sure that we do. Oh my goodness. And so, you know what? You just mentioned something. So you said your first language. What is your first language? It's Amharic. How do you spell that? I'm such a speller. How do you spell that? I'm like I'm like, do I need to write it?
Oh, okay. Is there a way to say it again?
It's A-M as in Mary.
Okay.
H-A-R-I-C.
Okay. All right.
Amharic.
Okay. I'm going to have to look that up. Oh my gosh, I know something. Like, I just feel like people need to learn one new thing every day. And so, like, I'm learning something, so I'm doing what I always say. But,
glad to be a part of it.
Yes. And I, like, again, I just thank you so much for talking to the Soul Circle. And we are gonna get, after I get all my questions out, the Soul Circle is gonna get to, that the whole, Christmas is January 7th. But first I want to say, in terms of, maintaining your culture and your family's culture, I will say that it was I had the opportunity of going to your wedding, and there were 2 ceremonies. And so one of the ceremonies was based in your Ethiopian culture, correct?
Correct.
Oh my goodness. And it was beautiful. Like, oh my goodness. It was beautiful. And I've never had anybody who has done that. Like, I know about food, right? So I know about food because, again, my parents are from Trinidad. So there's a food that I know that they'll have, but just like the clothing and, although there's not much of a difference with the clothing with them. So that was it was so amazing. Like with your headdress and just everything. It was so, so beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Glad you enjoyed it.
I did. And the food, because that was my first, can I tell you, that was my first time getting it. Yes, it was my first time. Like I've talked about it, but I never had the chance to experience it. And that's what made the difference. That's what I one of the things I'm so very grateful for.
Aww.
So here we are. Christmas is January 7th. And so exactly what, do you say Christmas is January 7th or have you said it?
I do both.
You do both.
December 25th and I do January 25th. I do both.
Okay. And so, so tell me, is there a different name for it in Ethiopia?
Yes, we call it Gena.
And spell it, please.
Gena. Gena.
Okay, Gena. Okay. And so, with it happening in January, why does it happen in January? Is there a particular reason it happens in January?
I believe it's I'm not really too depth into it, but it's the calendar. I wish Mondo was here, so he's so good at the history of it.
Okay.
There's something with the church calendar. Every holiday literally falls in a complete different date than Americans' calendar.
Okay, and I think
the name of it, I can't. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of the word.
No, I think I did my research, and if I'm correct, it's the difference between the Julian calendar and the Gregorian calendar.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so I did, and I don't know all the in-depths, but I did research it. That was one of the things. I was like, oh, okay, it's making sense, right? So if the calendar is different, then that's what'll happen. And Soul Circle, be very clear, calendars can be different. Time, the clock can be very different. And of course, we know that here in the U.S. alone, you can cross over to the West Coast and they are 6 hours in advance. So just know that there are these differences and we have to embrace them and learn about them. Okay, so. Alrighty, so I get all into Gena. Am I saying it right? Okay.
Yes, you are.
Now, in Ethiopia, so since it's in January, is there snow and all that kind of stuff?
No, it never snows over there. It's just sunny. It's no rain, nothing. It's just a beautiful time around Christmas.
Okay.
The only thing I remember is around Christmas and New Year's time, there's this flower that grows. It's yellow. It's called Ade Ababa. It's literally the whole entire country is covered with it.
Really? And yellow is my favorite color. It sounds beautiful because, like I said, yellow is my favorite color. And so
nice.
no, I would be all in my element if I were, surrounded by that. Like, I love daisies, while other people are like, that's a weed. I'm like, but it's yellow. Daisies are yellow. But no. And so, for you know what? Before we go any further, I'm going to play the new Ethiopian Christmas song of 2014. And if it is different for you, after it plays, just say, just tell the Soul Circle, like, what makes it different. But right now, I'm going to put on new Ethiopian Christmas song.
ከላይ የተመረጠችው ንጽሕት ወላዲቷ በሆዷ ጸንሳ ሳለች ያለማትን ጌታ ንጹሕ ባልሆነበት በቆሸሸው ስፍራ ልትወልደው መረጠች እንዲሁ እንደ ተራ። ከላይ የተመረጠችው ንጽሕት ወላዲቷ በሆዷ ጸንሳ ሳለች ያለማትን ጌታ ንጹሕ ባልሆነበት በቆሸሸው ስፍራ ልትወልደው መረጠች እንዲሁ እንደ ተራ። ተወለደልን እኛን ሊያድን ተወለደልን እኛን ሊያድን ተወለደልን እኛን ሊያድን።
አስፈለገው መወለጃ ራሱን ዝቅ አድርጎ በበረት ሲተኛ አምላክ ስለ እኛ ልጁን ሰጥቶ ሕፃን ሆኖ ወጣልን ክብሩን ሁሉ ትቶ። ቤተ መንግሥት አላስፈለገው መወለጃ ራሱን ዝቅ አድርጎ በበረት ሲተኛ አምላክ ስለ እኛ ልጁን ሰጥቶ ሕፃን ሆኖ መጣልን ክብሩን ሁሉ ትቶ። ተወለደልን እኛን ሊያድን 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 ተወለደልን እኛን ሊያድን። ከድንግል ማርያም የዓለም መድኃኒት ኢየሱስ ተወለደ፣ አዳኝ ተወለደ፣ ጌታ ተወለደ፣ ንጉሥ ተወለደ።
So, that is the new Ethiopian Christmas song. In 2014, they do date it. I can tell you how I feel personally. Like, the song was very peaceful to me. Very, very peaceful. And just, made me feel loving. So what is the song in general? What is the song talking about? Or what do you know about that song?
It's pretty much talking about like the birth of Jesus, Mary, and everything, like the whole story. It's just, like you said, it's just very peaceful.
It's very peaceful, right?
Yeah.
So you just said something that was very interesting. So with this Ethiopian Christmas, there still is the birth of Jesus?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, well, first of all, so the Ethiopian